What made the good girl turn bad? Lily grew up in a very strict household. She was known as the good girl. She was always reading her Bible, went to church every Sunday, and attended youth group every Thursday night. She was active in the church choir and other events like hospitality and Sunday school. Everyone wanted to be her friend at school, and even the teachers loved her. She was a straight A student, class president, and an amazing dancer. She had a great life. Her parents never had to worry about her. I loved hanging out with her. She was my best friend, and even though I didn't believe the same things as her, she was still a very good friend and never pushed her religion on me. She would help me with my homework and teach me her dance moves so I could make it on the dance team. We would have sleepovers all the time and bake cookies while watching shows on Netflix. I loved her dearly, like a sister. I remember she would also always make the outcasts feel welcome. She made it her mission to befriend anyone who was bullied, anyone who felt left out, or anyone sitting alone in the cafeteria. She led by example and others would follow her lead. Not everything was perfect though. Some days I noticed bruises on her legs that she quickly covered up. She stopped changing in front of the girls during gym class. I just thought she was self-conscious. Sometimes she wouldn't be at school for days, and I was left calling her over and over until she finally turned her phone off. One day, I was hanging out at her house and she was on the phone with someone. She wouldn't tell me who it was, but her mood seemed to darken the longer she was on the phone with them. I was laying on the couch when she finally hung up the phone and stood staring off into space for a minute. "You okay, Lily?" I asked carefully, sitting up. She blinked and forced a smile at me. "I'm fine. What do you want to do today?" I hesitated and decided to push a little. "Something is obviously wrong." Lily narrowed her eyes at me. "Leave it alone, Izzy. I'm fine." She said the words in a way that let me know the discussion was closed for now, so I let it go. The mood for the rest of the day shifted to something more depressing. I eventually went home because I couldn't stand her attitude. It was completely different than her normal behavior. The next day, Lily was quiet. She claimed that she just had a lot on her mind, but I wondered if it had anything to do with that phone call she had yesterday. I decided not to push her though. I could only be there as her friend. The days blended together and Lily's mood grew darker. She started hanging out with the wrong group of people, the kind of kids who would smoke pot in the alley behind the school. Her grades dropped and she lost her position as class president. She was no longer top of the class. She began ignoring the outcasts and kids who were bullied. I even caught her and one of her new friends bullying a poor nerdy kid by the dumpsters. "Lily, what are you doing?" I was horrified. For a split second, she looked ashamed, but then her expression changed from shame to disgust as she spat on the ground in front of the kid and stalked off without a word to me. I no longer went over to her house to hang out or have sleepovers. My parents always wondered where my best friend was, but I never knew the answer to that. I continued trying to contact her, but things worsened to the point of sitting at different tables in the cafeteria. She even avoided me in the halls. I caught her yelling at a teacher once and calling her the B word. It shocked me to my core. As long as I've known her, she had never sworn once. If her parents caught her, she'd be dead. Yet the bad behavior didn't stop there. She got steadily worse, and I had no idea how to help her. It wasn't until a week later that the truth came out, and it completely shocked me. Lily was having problems at home. Her parents weren't the perfect Christians she thought they were. Her dad was having an affair with his secretary, her mom was an alcoholic, and her older brother was recently arrested for drug abuse. The phone call she had when I was at her house that one day was to her brother in prison. Her mom was abusing her at home, but all the bruises were under her clothes, so I never knew the truth. None of us knew the truth. It was horrifying, and I realized that I was lucky to have loving parents. One day, I went to school, and Lily didn't show up, so I called her number. She didn't answer. I frowned and headed to my first class of the day. That's when I heard the whispers. Lily's mom divorced her dad, got full custody of Lily, and took her out of school. They moved out of town, and I never saw my best friend again.